Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy, and I want to talk about a deep lament. So I am in a deep lament, and I'm an evangelical Christian. I live an incredibly charmed, blessed life. I have many, many blessings. I have a wife and 4 kids, and got to live in America, and I got to live in America in the greatest time of American cinema. Um, I have a hobby that I'm extremely passionate about, that I've been able to enjoy for decades. Uh, but I love this country, and I have so much hope for this country, and I want this country to have a good leader. And right now, I am in the deepest lament. I am in a bone aching sadness, and it's upsetting. It's just really, really upsetting to me that Vivek Ramaswamy is done, unless Father Time visits um, Donald Trump and says, "Your old age is reason enough for me. You and me are going to take the final walk." To me, that is the only possibility that Vivek has left to win. And I know there, and I've already, thank God. I just want to say thank you to my commenters. I had a commenter immediately reach out after my first video went up about Vivek not making the January 10th CNN Des Moines, Iowa debate. Right. And I can tell you right. And he's still hopeful. He's like, "Hey, Scott, it's okay. He's going to win." Right. And I'm telling you right now, man, if you cannot overcome the obstacles to get into a CNN debate, you cannot overcome the obstacles to beat the RNC and the DNC, the establishment, all the different uh, guardians of the U.S. presidency. And why did Vivek fail? Not because not a single reason for anything he did or did not do. Vivek Ramaswamy failed because the Republican Party has dedicated itself to deep, abiding prejudice and ward cleaver power, right? They refuse to allow anyone who is not ward to lead this country. And so Vivek could not overcome the Republicans' decision to dedicate the entire party to prejudice, deep prejudice. And to be clear, that prejudice was always in the Republican Party, but I want you guys to understand why I have rolled so hard against Donald Trump. I think there was let's put I think the Republican Party always had deep people dedicated to deep prejudice, saying if you're not my color, you don't get power. That number was 10% before Donald Trump came. Donald Trump came and multiplied that times 7. And I think 70% of all Republicans are deeply prejudiced, compromised people. Compromised from the perspective of the biggest thing in them. Their hearts, their minds, and their spirit is hatred. That's the best way to say it. The Republican Party is filled with people who are dedicated to hatred. Hatred of anyone who does not share their skin color. And they have won, right? Now, what's incredibly ironic is I actually don't even think that President Donald Trump is even prejudiced. I don't think he's prejudiced at all. He's greedy to the core, and he's a greedy liar. Those two things, and this is my issue. If you're going to come at Donald Trump, get it right. People say he's stupid. He is not even remotely stupid. He is extremely intelligent and extremely dangerous. He can outmaneuver most. He can easily outmaneuver anybody in the media. There was actually when he was in his 70s, right, and still had his faculties intact. He's 80 now. He's 80 now. He's just a blanket clutching sarcophago candidate. He's not like he's your great grandfather. He's not even your grandfather. He's your great grandfather. He's just a blanket clutcher now. He's not a man who should be even remotely considered for anything but a hot chocolate on the porch. He shouldn't be like under consideration to lead the world. It's absurd. But I just I need to share with you, okay? And I'm warning right now, I am in deep lament. I am in sackcloth and ash. I am just, I'm deeply sad because I truly believed, right? I could not believe in my mind that the American people could be given the chance. Would you like a 38-year-old tech genius who has morality, has one wife, one set of children? His wife actually loves him rather than hasn't spent a day with him in the last 6 months, right? Made his money in genuine commerce rather than casinos, like like things that are literally anti, uh, you know, literally the nemesis of the evangelical base that he pretends to represent. Do Americans, Americans, would you rather have an 8-year-old man who can finish sentences or a blanket clutching sarcophago candidate like President Biden? And I could, in my heart and in my mind and in my soul, I could not even imagine anyone like, I would like President Biden. I would like that disgusting liar, President Trump. What a world of fools. We are getting what we deserve. And so I do want to, I'm giving you a warning, right? I ask you to come here and listen to me all the time. I'm putting an asterisk on it for the next week, right? I'm in deep lament. I am emotionally savaged. Like I am emotionally crushed by Vivek Ramaswamy falling out of this election race. And the only thing that can save him is Father Time visiting President Donald Trump. Because he's 80 years old, and that's what Father Time does. He's like, hey, you're 80. Let's go. Last day, buddy. Right? And we're here, man. Like, this Father Time is the only thing that can save us from an abominable another 4 years. Because I'll tell you right now, man, we get President Trump, we get President Biden for 4 more years, we will reap the whirlwind of suck. It is going to be shockingly bad. Now, make no mistake, the suck will be very different under President Biden. It's just going to be inflation through the roof, wars popping up everywhere, chaos, violence, poverty. Under Donald Trump, it will be very different. Actually, wealth will spring up again. We'll be able to buy eggs. We'll be able to buy milk. We'll be able to buy houses. But that multiplier, that times 7 multiplier of prejudice, there will be 5 Republicans left in America who are not utterly dedicated to hatred. It will be an inversion of Abraham Lincoln. It will be prejudice sweeping this country at a level you will not believe. Only Father Time can aid us now. And I do believe if Father Time comes and says, you've had 80 years, that's enough on this earth, your old age is reason for me to take you, and takes President Donald Trump, I think the chaos that will erupt, I do think Vivek can ride that wave with a surfboard of his genius and his youth and his charisma and his confidence and his intelligence and get to the presidency. But without that, hopeless. And that is me in this moment. I don't think it'll last, but in this moment, I am hopeless. I am broken. I am sad. And all the hope I've had for 8 months has turned to ash in my mouth. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. My lamented, humble opinion. I'm praying for you guys because I think this is a dark time for each and every one of us. I'm praying for Vivek. I'm praying for this nation. Where are you at? I'd love to hear. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.